siblings. It's Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained here on YouTube and the Facebook group. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and continue with the book. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it today. Hold on. See, and this is one of the reasons why I don't like. It's just a little bit too much going on right now. Okay, but anyways, it is what it is. Okay, so I think we left off somewhere, and I just decided that we don't need to continue to talk about the way that the yard looks and everything like that. You know, if you guys are still sticking around, we're still doing this. When the snow melts, then, you know, we'll go ahead and look at it a little bit more. But for now, I just want to get into the details, right? So me and my daughter, I think it was the Great Conjunction or something. Maybe it was December 21st. With the new moon or something like that. I think it was December. I know it was December 21st. I'm just getting the dates confused as to which one, you know, when the conjunction was and the new moon. Okay, so again, so, you know, my daughter was on me all day. And she was saying, oh, I thought we said we were going to go ahead and go and do something. You know, I thought we were going to, you know, do tarot and all these other things. And we were going to do some kind of something. We didn't even really know what the hell we was doing, but we just did it, right? So, you know, and I remember everybody laughing and joking around, talking about, you know, did anybody get their superpowers, right? So it was just really funny, right? So anyway, so that night we took a pot from the kitchen, okay, and this is my popcorn pot. And so we took the pot from the kitchen, and we ended up putting in some crystals, and then we wrote some things down. We printed out a couple of sheets of some things that we wanted to, you know, put energy into that night, okay? And what else did we put in there? Oh yeah, and then we put crystals in there. I don't know if it was exactly 6, but we put crystals in there. And then we and I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why I did it, but I just was being like over the top, I think. I was just being over the top, okay? And I pricked my finger, right? And I put a little drop of blood in there, okay? That's just what it is, okay? I ain't even gonna front. I'm gonna have to tell y'all what happened, right? So then we lit the stuff on fire. Well, I don't even know why, y'all. I don't even know what we thought we was doing or anything. It just happened that way. Okay. And it just so happened that we had the pot sitting on top of the red trunk that was in the sunroom. So that was just strange to me. So, I mean, could you imagine just reading just that small part and just being like, what? Okay. So, it's talking about, now it's going to be hard for me to read this a little bit because it's a play. So I had to kind of say the names before I say what's being said. And I'm not even going to go through all the troubles of telling you who's who because it doesn't make a difference anyways, because I noticed throughout the timeline as these things were going on, certain people that were in the scenes in this day that had to do with me, sometimes I felt the energy or something with another person. Okay, that I didn't think represented the person in the play. So like my daughter, my oldest daughter, a lot of times she reminds me of Singing Bird. But then there was one incident that happened where she reminded me of somebody named Robbins that's in the book, right? And so it was just kind of strange, and I'm just trying to tell it the best way I can to tell you guys and keep you like on track as to what was happening. So anyway, I told you guys, I think that my brother was coming in town, and I was thinking that this part about Singing Bird, okay, she comes in and she says, Namke, your brother Namsamsi, where is he? Okay, so again, I thought it was funny because one of these days when we were going to do something, and I know it had to be that day. I think my brother was maybe going to come in town one of that around that time, and then he actually did end up coming to town. And I remember them asking, oh, was he coming over here? But then it also reminded me of something that happened to me within those weeks of me going to see my dad. Okay, because again, I think that this has something to do with lineage. Okay, something, and again, if we hadn't been, if our culture and things like that, different customs and different works and things that we used to do weren't hidden from us, then we would probably be able to put this together really well. Like even me going to talk to my dad about stuff, and actually talking to other family members about things and finding out that some of these things that I might have been experiencing, that, you know, other people were too, that I was shocked to hear. So, anyhow, let's just keep going. So it says, Namke says, on the river, he went to fish. Now, this is the same conversation, okay, that this is the same conversation that I kind of had with my dad. We were talking about something because I'm helping him set up an Airbnb, right? And so I asked him, we were talking about his brother, and I said, you know, yeah, where is he or whatever? And then he said, oh, he went to Canada or whatever to go fish. You know, and so I'm like, oh, okay. But then I think he was like, oh, what's wrong or whatever. Okay. And I'm like, oh, nothing or whatever. Cause he always, you know, worried about me or asking questions or whatever about what's going on. Cause you know, I got a mind full. Okay. Now it says Mama Bird. Now it says Namke is saying this, right? But, really, you know, I was the one saying it, and a lot of things in here, remind me of me being Namake, but also it reminds me of me being Esther. We'll just say Esther, but it's spelled differently. So again, why is your heart heavy? And this is a time when my dad ended up actually going into the hospital, I think, sometime around this time. So this little paragraph right here is leaning, Namke's part right here is leading into two separate things that was going on within a 2-week span of time. Okay. So it says, is not my father back from the battle unhurt? Now, I know that I spoke to my dad's wife, and because I didn't have a phone at that particular time, and they were trying to get in contact with me to tell me that he was in the hospital. So my sister had to call me from out of state and everything like this, whatever. And I by the time I got the message, then I finally got my phone and I called, and, you know, I asked her, I had to speak to his wife. You know, normally I talk to him directly. And I asked him, oh, is he back from the hospital or whatever? Now, when he was in the hospital, I was so concerned because you can imagine, you know, high blood pressure, things like this. And then also with, you know, vid going on at the same time, and being who we are and what resources we have within us. It just was a very unsettling time for me. I just couldn't sit still because that's my dad. But anyways, okay. So anyways, we can keep on moving forward. But I thought it was funny that it said Mother Bird. But of course, I didn't call her Motherboard. I call her by her name, what I call her. But I thought it was funny because it was said, why is your heart heavy? And my dad calls me baby girl all the time. Okay. So anyways, Singing Bird says, today when I husked the corn, I fell asleep and dreamed. Now it's funny because this part right here, now we're already asking, did he come back from the battle unhurt? Now, battle in my eyes, again, being somebody that sees things differently as you read along, that was letting me a battle with cancer or a battle with vid or anything else like that, you know, is still a battle to me. Because again, we're dealing with a physical warfare, spiritual, you know, things like this as well. So I asked him, you know, what happened after she gave him the phone. And he said, oh, I was just working. Now, husking the corn would be working for them back then, right? And then he said, then I just got tired and I got sleepy and everything and, you know, whatever. Now, it says in dream, okay? But I haven't asked my dad if he had any strange dreams or anything. But, you know, that was his answer after I talked to him. And I talked to her and asked, was he back from the hospital? Okay. Okay. So it says in Namake, and said of what? Okay. And this Singing Bird said of a bird and a snake. The bird was caught by the foot in the cleft of a dead tree trunk. The snake was climbing. I woke up in fear. Okay. Now, again, it reminds me of something, but it's not that serious, so we won't go there. And then Namke said, a bird of what color? Okay. And Singing Bird said black. Now, we talking about Black Hawk and the wars and things, right? Okay. Or even, I think it was Black Sparrow, which they called him Black Hawk. Okay. Now it says, uh, oh, see, and look. Okay, here we go. So Singing Bird says black, and then Namke says Black Hawk. Where is Black Hawk? Now, this is something that's going on. Okay. She said, okay, now if and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't 100%, because we talk about dreams and everything all the time. So I can't be 100% if I talk to my daughter or anybody else about this, but it just sounds very familiar. But at the same time, I know that somebody said something one day and I said black. Oh, I wonder if that's talking about, it made me say Black Hawk. And then I said, where is he? And that's when I started to look for where the grave site would be, where some of these other things would have happened, and so on. And I don't think I found much that is reliable. Okay. So that I left it at that. Now it says, Singing Bird, excuse me, he went at dawn to fast and pray by the grave of Nanmaki. Okay. Now again, similar things going on within these 2 months or so, even prior to me even finding the book, about people, I want to say, I think it was something about my dad going to the graveyard to visit his parents. Okay. He thinks the Great Spirit is not pleased with him, or he would not have lost the battle at the fort. Now, again, this is talking about that time, but also it's giving me premonitions of things that's going on with me at this time. So this part right here, I'm not sure what I can, say this was pertaining to on my end. Okay. And it says, she looks into the small mirror, the small jar, the crystals. Okay. Now, Singing Bird, again, me thinking of this part as my daughter. This sounds like a conversation as well, but we'll keep going. The crystals. Now, this is after we did the thing. Okay. Let's see. She looked into the small jar. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, but this is after I had already set up things. That's why she came into the room actually after me. Because she went back to go get the thing with the small jar with the crystals in it. Okay. And then also the crystal thing, we're going to come talk about it a little bit later, because there's another part about different types of crystals that come up then. Okay. And it says Namke, 6 and 6 kernels of corn. Okay. And Singing Bird set them as the prophet did around the spring. Now, again, she was watching YouTube videos on how to do something. So I wasn't even 100% aware of what exactly we was doing. I just was participating in it. And I should have probably been more aware of what the hell we was doing, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But I trust her, and so I remember her saying, no, we got to sit. We was joking and laughing and everything. Like, and she was like, no, you got to calm down. We just laughing and having a good time or whatever. And she was like, no, you got to do it like the girl did on the thing, and it says, and look and see if any vision will make clear the dream. Okay. And then, Namke smooths over the sand around the spring as though, smoothing the mind. Okay. She takes the crystals and kernels and with self-hypnotizing rhythm, set them in a magic pattern. Suddenly she stops, arrested by what forms in the spring, a vision. Okay. Now, something like this on 2 levels happened where, let's see. My daughter was playing around that night and she was like, no, you have to be like this. You have to do like this or whatever. Like she was joking and everything. And then, whatnot. And then there's another part that makes me think of this a little bit more. Now, the kernels of corn and everything, like I said, I just feel like everything is not going to occur exactly how it did. But this scene, if I just go with my instinct and what my gut is telling me, it's talking about the night that I recorded that video that I put on the channel, the real short video, to let you guys, know that I was coming back, everything was cool and whatnot. At that time, and you maybe can even hear it in the video, I had taken the crystals that I had. Okay, I have this like my daughter bought this like chakra thing where like the color, there's stones on there from the colors of the chakras, right? And there's like a moon shape at the end or whatever, something she bought on Amazon. And for some reason, I was carrying those around with me around this time. Okay, in my pocket and stuff like that when I would leave the house and things like that. It just was something about it that it just made me, a little bit more calm. And I remember sitting my phone down, okay, because I had we were going to be getting rid of a mattress, and I had it on the ground because when everybody got sick, we took turns taking care of people from the living room. And so that's just some kind of stuff. This is a den for us. We live up in our house. We got, we just do, so, anyway, so the mattress was there and I was laying on it and I had my phone right in front of me with my chin like off the end of the mattress. And then I had put the crystals on I put the crystals on my right side of the phone. And I kind of, once I realized I did have them in a funny spiral shape, right? And then I had a bag of popcorn, and I get this popcorn from Sam's Club. Something pop or whatever. It's just like some kind of bland popcorn, but it tastes real good. And I had put the bag of popcorn on the left. And when I eat that popcorn, everybody get mad at me because it be getting all over the place. I had to vacuum 20 times a day.